Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a budget plan with me video, and I am going to be discussing our May budget goals. So if you're interested in budget planning, if you are a planner mom, planner lover, or planner enthusiast, I encourage you to go ahead and hit subscribe to my channel and stick around for my plan with me content. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to briefly go over my May goals, but I know you're used to seeing this planner when I do my budget plan with me videos. Trust me, it's not going anywhere. I do use this planner in combination with an Excel document to manage our family's finances. My background is in finance, both of my degrees, my career. A part of my passion is for families and budgeting, so it comes naturally to me. So I enjoy managing our finances together. My husband and I, we set our goals and we see what those goals look like in practice and on paper. So this month, we've set a few goals that are relevant to this particular season. Unfortunately, they are not heavy savings goals just because we don't have the cushion in our budget to couple a savings goal for the month with our spending goals. Yes, let's talk about the spending goals. If you follow me here on my channel, you saw the Disney, yay Disney, travel planning videos that I've recently released. I shared a bit about is Disney budget friendly in 2022. I don't think Disney has ever really been particularly budget friendly, but I talked about that. I did a kickoff video to share about our trip, and I also did a really fun video with my children, which is a Disney this or that video. So go check those out if you are interested in travel planning videos. So this month we have to finish up some phases of the Disney travel planning. So I did it in phases, yes. So I booked the hotel, the resort, and I booked the travel. I believe that was back in March. So I did it in phases. I chunked those two expenses together because they are hefty expenses. So in the month of May, the goal is to purchase the Disney tickets. If you are familiar with Disney these days, it is best to purchase your tickets in advance and to go ahead and select the theme park that is your base of what you're going to attend for those particular days. And I believe there is a window where you can go in and lock that down, as well as the reservations for dining. So that's going to be phase 2, which is to purchase the Disney tickets. Also for the month of May, the goal is to book the rental car. Now I'm hoping that I'll have enough rewards on my credit card stacked up to be able to cover the rental car, but I'm not quite sure. We'll see how the month pans out. That's one of the reasons that I do use a credit card. One is that protection, right, of our money, because if it hits the bank or you have some fraud in your bank account, I mean, that's your hard-earned money. Whereas if someone does something janky with your credit card, oftentimes they quickly dispute that and they provide an extra layer of protection, in my opinion, through your credit cards. I have a whole nother video about that when I use credit cards. I'll leave that linked in the description box. So those are the two primary goals for the month of May. And as you can tell, with expenses such as that, we're a family of 5, so those Disney tickets will come with a nice cost. And I believe we're debating between 3 days in the park or 2 days in the park. 2 doesn't sound as promising. I think we're going to do 3 park days. So you can do the math. Again, that's going to be a hefty expense to undertake in the month. The other budget goal is Mother's Day. So I don't intend to do anything elaborate for Mother's Day this year. However, maybe a nice family dinner will be wonderful for Mother's Day. So that's a part of the budget. And then my kids, I'm really looking forward to DIY gifts. Hint, hint, if my husband is watching this video. I'm not feeling anything fancy this year. I really just love, the DIY gifts that my children make for me. But I do want to leave some room in the budget for, maybe their craft materials and also a really nice dinner. So those are the top 3 budget goals for the month. And our goals really align to some of the things, the activities that will be undertaken in the current months or in the time window to come. So that's really what the goals are. The second activity related to our budget that I will undertake in the month of May is reforecasting our budget. So you're probably saying, what in the world do you mean? So at the start of every year, I set up our budget, and it has kind of each month outlined and the expectations for the month. So for example, during the summer months, we account for summer activities, summer camps, which are typically a little bit heavier. My kids are in, public school, so we don't have like a tuition bill for our children. But during the summer months, we do have to pay for summer camp for our girls, and that will be an expense for that time period. So that's what I mean when I say I look at each month and I build out the budgets for that month based on the activities for that month. And it's super helpful. If you don't do that currently, I encourage you to do so. And if you need help, please reach out for coaching services to me. But I will spend some time during the month of May reforecasting the rest of the year's budget goals to account for three things. One is my tuition for graduate school. I will be pursuing my doctorate degree. So tuition needs to be accounted for. And then two, travel will need to be accounted for, right? Because we are doing summer vacations, summer trips. So I do want to reforecast and account for the travel. Hopefully I'll spread it on the front end, but if I have to spread it on the back end, then, when you're putting things on your credit card, pay it off quickly. Don't let it accumulate. If you know you don't have the cushion in your budget to pay it off within like a month to 3 max, then, reevaluate some more budget-friendly options. I'm not here to tell people how to spend their coins, but that's been helpful for me to really minimize the amount of interest that accumulates on credit cards. So that's my spiel on that. And then the third thing that I need to reforecast and account for in our budget is a potential business investment that we are evaluating. So in a scenario that I'll set up, we'll account for this particular business investment. And in my opinion, it will be a pretty solid investment. All things being equal, but I still like to run the scenarios, run the numbers, understand what it means to fund that type of investment up front and what's our recovery window on the back end. Again, I'm a firm believer in taking, strategic, calculated risk. Now, see, I couldn't even say the word risk. Typically, I'm risk averse, right? But I also feel like there are some decisions that you can potentially make that will really enable that long-term wealth generation for your family. And if, we have to do a, it's not minimal, but an investment up front, but if we can figure out a pathway to recover it quickly, then it will be a great business deal over the long haul. So we are evaluating that. So that's one of the reasons why I am reforecasting our budget this month, or in the month of May, is to account for tuition, additional travel, and then potentially undertaking a strategic investment for one of our businesses. So yeah, those are our budget goals for the month of May. It's pretty heavy, pretty intense. A lot to think about and a lot to consider, but I hope hearing me talk through my goals and how my goals are aligned to the season, to the activities, and some of our ambitions was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Also hit subscribe. I would love to welcome you to my YouTube family. As my disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a credit repair person or anything like that. I just love budgeting, and it is a part of my educational training and the work I do in corporate America. So I do have that unique skill set to share this type of content with you. So once again, go ahead and hit subscribe if you are down for planning videos, specifically budget planning videos, because that is a heavy part of my content.